Welcome to our tutorial on aircraft placement in the ARFF Interactive Board. In this tutorial, we'll learn how to add aircraft and break them into pieces for placement on the runway. It's recommended that you view the main window tutorial first. Now let's go ahead and get started. Now as I've got started here, the first thing that I did was I imported in a new background here so we might have a runway to work on. And up here on the pause edit mode, we've made sure that we're selected here so we can edit the simulation here. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here to the ARFF Assets panel and I'm going to select Aircraft. This is where we keep all of our aircraft in the software. Let's go ahead and use an E190. Now the first thing you'll notice when I imported that in was you'll see a red toolbar around this aircraft. It has various tools on it, and let's go ahead and talk about those right now. We have the rotate tool. Let's set it up about like that. And we have the delete function tool. If I want to get rid of this, I can just delete it out. And now I have the move tool down here, and I can just move that around on the board however I want it. Let's go ahead and leave that about right there. And we have the parts breakout button right here. And with this tool you can remove the wings, you can remove the engines, you can break the whole section here into a number of pieces. The tail, we can break that off as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Here we're in the parts breakout window, and let's go ahead and remove the left wing tip right here. And then I'm going to hit detach selected parts. Now this piece is a totally separate piece from the main fuselage here, and I can rotate it and I can move it at whatever angle I want to put it here. Let's zoom in a little bit more on this. Now maybe later I might want to add a fire or something in this area right here. So we'll kind of keep it close for this scenario here. Let's also remove this piece right here. Okay, now let's select a different aircraft. Let's take this one. And let's move it over here and rotate it like they've had some type of a collision here. And what I want to do here is I want to remove the back of the fuselage, and we'll remove the two sections of the tail here all together as one. Let's also remove the whole left wing here. So that would be the inner part with an engine and the wing tip. Detach. Let's rotate that back like it got torn off. We'll just leave it like this. Okay, now let's find some parts and pieces that we can just throw in the middle here. And to do that, we have some extra pieces over in the other section here on the ARFF Assets panel. This is kind of a miscellaneous area, and we have some people here. So I'm going to add those people. Now, we realize that some of the people are going to be in the back of your room are going to kind of be far back, and they might not know what these are. So we gave you the ability to zoom them a little bigger or zoom them smaller, or just so you can match them up with what you have. And you could throw it out there like that just so that they can see, oh yeah, those are people. So let's kind of put them down a little bit for this though, and we're going to move them right over here and just kind of throw them underneath this section of the aircraft. And let's get those parts and pieces like we were talking about. So let's take that one, just throw that out there. We'll take the square piece. And just that piece of wreckage and tip it like that. Now at this point we're pretty much done breaking up the aircraft into pieces. We can also add some fire to this whole scenario if you like. So I like to think that this aircraft was landing into the wind. So let's go ahead and add a little fire, grab it and drag it over and drop it right there. We can make it a little smaller and add some wind coming down this direction. Add some wind, velocity there. And just drop that fire right there. You know, we can also add some smaller pieces that are on fire here. So maybe this little piece we can actually, let's do that for this one right here. Let's add a little bit of fire for that one. So why am I doing that? Well, for special effects, of course, but also this is a factor, believe it or not. This is a factor, this broken wing, the fire is a factor, people on the ground are factors, this aircraft's in pieces as well. And these are factors all in making the person who's driving the ARFF truck consider for their positioning. So we can set that up like that. We can even add some fire over here, but we're not going to do that. We'll just leave it like this for now. So that concludes the tutorial on aircraft placement. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope that you'll be able to implement this in your construction of your emergency scenarios. So please come back and see some of our other tutorials. Hopefully they're helpful for you. And you folks have a nice day.